All right, welcome back to the Introduction to Web Dev quiz number 5. We're just going to jump right in with this question. Local storage is cleared when the page is closed. A, true, B, false. The correct answer here is false. So local storage is a property on the window object that you can use to store information, but local storage persists until the user clears out their browser. So it's saved across browser sessions, and this is similar to session storage, except for session storage does actually get cleared out when you close the page. Local storage, how we can use it is, so local storage is a reserved keyword, so we can do something like local storage.set item. And then we put some sort of key name, like, I don't know, let's say best pet. Then we say it's a cat. So what we've done is we've set the value cat under the sort of key of best pet. And then if we wanted to get back that item, we could do local storage.get item and then pass in that key again. Best pet. And this should return cat for us. So local storage can be very useful if there's some sort of information that you want to persist between browser sessions. But if it's something that you are okay with only persisting while the user still has the page open, you can use session storage. All right, next question. What does app.use express.static public do? A, tells Express where the static files are. B, tells Express to make the server public. Or C, tells Express that the server will be static. The correct answer here is A. Yeah, so express.static is some middleware to serve static files. And what that means is, let's say, for example, your server is on localhost 3000, and there's some sort of image that you want to service on your server. And what we're saying when we pass in this public parameter is we're saying that there's some sort of folder named public where we have some static files that we want to serve. So let's say, for example, within the public file, we have like an image file, sorry, a little illegible. And then within that, we have like cat.png. So by using this middleware, we can navigate to image/cat.png, and it's going to show up our cat photo. So notice I didn't put the public in the URL, and the reason why is because with express.static we're saying, okay, look inside of the public folder, and that's where you'll find the static files. So we don't need to prepend public here since we're already within the public folder. Yeah, so this is basically for images, CSS files, and JavaScript files. This is for static files. All right, next question. If we use response.json, we don't have to specify the type of the response. A, true, B, false. The correct answer here is true. Yeah, so we can compare this to res.type send or type text.send. Here what we're doing is first we're setting the type to be text, and then we're setting that response. With res.json, we're sort of combining the two. So this is the equivalent of doing .type json.send. It's just an alternative syntax. You can use it if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine as well. But, it saves you a little bit of typing. So it could be nice. All right, next question. Post requests can use route parameters to submit data. A, true, B, false. The correct answer here is false. Yeah, so when you see route parameters, you kind of want to associate that with GET requests. Post requests, one way that we can send them is through the form body, and not through route parameters. So, form data. So here I've got our client side versus our server side. You can see here I'm creating this new form data object, and then I'm appending under username, under the username key, I'm saying my username is something very bad. It's just my name, and then, oh my god, look at my password. It's even worse. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. So I created this form data, which has this like multi-part text key value pairs. And what I do is I send it to the server within that object. And on the server side, what I'm doing is I'm grabbing it from request. And I'm saying, all right, within the request body, I want you to grab the username. And then I also want to grab the password. So before, when we were with get request, we were doing something like, username, password. Now we can't do that, right? These are post requests. And we gotta use that request object. All right, next question. What is the purpose of multer? A, allows the server to run faster. B, allows the server to parse form data. Or C, allows the server to receive post requests. The correct answer here is B. Yeah. So multer is basically this middleware where you can extract post parameter values sent through form data. So just like what we saw in the previous question, we can't actually do this without this multer middleware. So here's under the node.js documentation, it says it handles multi-part form data and primarily used for uploading files. You don't have to, and in actually this example, what I have is this line of code where you're ignoring the upload features actually, and all you want to do is focus on accessing the body of the post request sent through that form data. But yeah, so we're saying we want to require multer, we want to include it in our server, and then we're saying let's use it, but we don't actually want any of the upload features. And now what we can do is we can grab the parameter values that were sent through our form data. So multer is really nice. As I mentioned, it's middleware, so Express does not provide this functionality. So some nice people are like, all right, well, let's create some middleware, it'll make things easier for us. And that's how multer was created. So yeah, that concludes the introduction to web dev quiz number 5. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you got some questions right. If you didn't, knowledge is power. You're learning. Everything is great. I hope you have a good rest of your day.